Hi, I'm Ed Shrine from the RIPE database team at the RIPE NCC. I'm going to show you the new API keys feature of the RIPE database. API keys are a new way to authenticate updates in the RIPE database. They are associated with a user's RIPE NCC Access account and are intended to help you automate updates to the RIPE database. If you only make updates to the RIPE database on the web interface, then you don't need API keys. For now, API keys can only be used in the RIPE database, but we intend to offer API keys in other RIPE NCC services in future. So first, you can log into the LIR portal and go to the API keys page under the RIPE database menu on the left-hand side, or from the main RIPE NCC website. Under IPs and ASNs, choose Who is Search under RIPE database. Today I'm going to use the pre-production environment to demo this feature. So on the left-hand side, after logging into RIPE NCC Access, you'll see a new menu item called API Keys. And then click on Create a new database key. So first, enter a key name. This is a short description of how the key will be used. I'm going to call it test key. Then enter an expiration date. When does the API key stop working? Keys are time limited for security reasons and are valid up to a year in the future. So I'm going to choose the end of this month. And then optionally, you can enter a maintainer. If you have added your RIPE NCC Access account to more than one maintainer, you can restrict the API key to only work with one specified maintainer. And I'm going to enter my own maintainer name. And then click on Create a Key. When the key is created, you'll see a pop-up. And your API key is composed of two parts. You can either use it combined in a single HTTP authorization header or separately as a username and password. So I'm going to copy the authorization header value and use it combined on the command line. So I'm going to look up my maintainer using the new API key that I've just created. Using the Whois REST API. I want the unfiltered maintainer. And I paste in the API key. And in the response, I'll see the complete value of the maintainer, including my RIPE NCC Access account. And making an authenticated query like this is useful if you ever want to update your own maintainer, because otherwise you won't see the entire maintainer object. So we will now update a person object that's used as the technical contact by the maintainer. So first, I will look up the technical contact on the maintainer, copy the value of the technical contact, and then I will look up the technical contact person object and save to a file. So I'll update the file, change in address, for example. And then I'll submit that change to the RIPE database using the API key that I've generated. So it's an update. I need to add the header for the API key. And finally, I need to specify what the format is. Let's see what the response is. Okay, so it looks like it was updated successfully. Let's go back to the website and double check. So the address has been changed and the update was authenticated using the API key. So finally, if you suspect that an API key has been compromised, so for example, if somebody else could know what it is, then it's safest to revoke the key and create a new one. So to do that, go to the API keys page and click on the revoke button beside the API key. So I'm going to do that. You get a pop-up asking you to confirm, telling you that the key will no longer be valid for authenticating Whois updates. Click on revoke it. So the key disappears from the list. And on the command line, if I try again to update that person object, it's not going to work. So now you get an error. So that key is no longer valid. If you have any questions about this feature, you can reach us at ripe-dbm@ripe.net. Thanks very much.